Hi everybody, here we are. So this is it. This is the new DayZ map, Sakhal, which we'll be able to play on PC and console later on in the year. Maybe early 2025 when the DayZ devs are happy with the way it is and they push it out. Well, not exactly. Okay, I've kind of a little bit of clickbait there. So what you're looking at here, this is Arma 3's Tanoa map, and this is a winter mod that makes Tanoa look like it's in the snow, but it's still got things like the tropical plants and the trees and things like that. But what the DayZ devs have said in the information that's been released today is that the new map, with the Frostline Expansion, that, as I say, is coming out late 2024 or early 2025, is built around Tanoa, which is this Arma 3 Apex expansion map, which is basically this one here. And what they did was, to start off with, they were inspired by Kamchatka, which is in the far east of Russia, up near the Arctic Circle. They're inspired by this location, I guess, because it's very, it will have that European feel, because, you know, it's Russia, but it's somewhere that's very, very cold and suffers, I'm pretty sure, from volcanic activity as well. And they thought, well, where's the best place to start? As you would, well, what assets can we start off with? And so they started off with the Tanoa archipelago, like you see here, or the Tanoa Islands. And that's what they based this on. And so, as we can see in this presentation, there's Adam's character there. There's this flat area here, and there's the volcano. And then if we go over to the Arma 3 editor, it's not quite the same position, but it's pretty close. These are the rocks that he's standing on. There's that flat area, and there is the volcano there. So very, very exciting. But what it does mean is that we can actually have a look around this map in a little bit, and then kind of explore some of the areas, because what they've said as well in the presentation is that although they have done some sculpting to the island and obviously got rid of the the tropical trees and foliage, and they've added in, you know, more appropriate stuff, the basic areas where things are still the same. So the port will be the port, where the towns and villages are will be similar. But before we do that, why don't we go through what the DayZ devs and the DayZ team have said over on Steam, because we can read this. I tried to find access to the FAQ, but I couldn't find anything to do with that. I think only the people who were lucky enough to go on the weekend have got access to this. So let's see what they've got to say. Excuse me. DayZ FROSTLINE, ice in your veins, fire in your heart. Wish list now. I woke up from a nightmare, face down in a black sand. Looks like I made it to Sakhal, but where are the others I've seen when boarding the refugee ships from the mainland? Has the Sakhal archipelago been overturned? I think that should probably say overrun already. Only one way to find out. Embark on a perilous winter survival adventure with DayZ's Frostline Expansion. Set on a snow-covered Sakhal archipelago spanning an impressive 83 square kilometres, not including ice sheets, featuring breathtaking winter wilderness, teeming with new challenges and opportunities for survival. Brace yourself for a truly immersive adventure where the environment itself is as much your adversary as the infected and other survivors. Coming fall 2024. Although the devs were painstaking to say, look, if it's not ready, you know, we'll push it back. And also, I want to say as well, I think it's important to get across, is they also said in the presentation that there will be more features coming to Sakhal, in the same way that we've had more features on Chernius and Livonia over the years. And they said, look, what we're gonna give you is, well, not give you, you're gonna have to pay for it. What you're gonna get for your money is you're gonna get, you know, this product that we think is fully playable and is a great DayZ experience, but more will be coming. Key features of the Frostline Expansion: new terrain, explore a rugged and forgotten volcanic archipelago in the Far East where time has stopped. Winter landscape, an authentic recreation of a late winter environment from icy lakes to snow-covered forests and mountains. Sakhal offers a picturesque scenery wherever you go. Harsher survival, Sakhal poses by far the biggest danger out of any other environments you may have visited. Prepare for the cold as you manage warmth, hunt for food, and fend off the dangers lurking in the snow. Environmental hazards. Discover the hazards of living near volcanic areas. Richer wilderness. Encounter new animals adapted to the chilly climate, adding to your hunting challenges and opportunities. New gameplay mechanics, new diseases, and updated fishing mechanic are among many to keep you on your toes. Winter cosmetics. Dress for the season with winter-themed cosmetics. Sakhal harbours both beauty and danger, offering experience DayZ fans have never seen before. As you explore, hunt and survive, unfurl the mysteries hidden beneath the Frostline. Unite with fellow survivors or forge your path alone. The choice is or eat them. The choice is yours in this perilous winter wonderland. Preparation is key to survival. And as the frost sets in, only those with ice in their veins and fire in their hearts will endure. Very good. So let's have a look at this bit as well. Dear survivors, exciting news. DayZ is set to embrace fire and ice with the upcoming DayZ Frostline Expansion. Get ready to embark on an adventure in a brand new location, the Sakhal Archipelago. This expansion introduces a whole new survival challenges spread over 83 square kilometres of volcanic land, icy seas, and treacherous terrains. We hope that your anticipation is high for this fall's release, and you can now wishlist Frostline on Steam. The centrepiece of the expansion is the Sakhal terrain, inviting you to explore its rugged and desolate reaches. Unlike previous locations, you'll play as a survivor seeking refuge in the rumoured safe haven of Sakhal, only to face an unforgiving environment frozen both in time and climate. Despite its brutality, Sakhal promises beauty at every perilous turn, with frozen lakes, snow-draped forest, and frosty peaks. The proximity to volcanic regions amplifies the hazards, doubling the threats you'll face. Although the terrain may be more compact compared to previous ones, each new challenge in the expansion will deliberately decelerate your progress, compelling you to recalibrate your playstyles. To survive, you'll need to adapt like the new region-specific wildlife species, acclimated to the cold, equipping winter-themed cosmetics to brave the elements and uncover Sakhal's intriguing structures and points of interest. Preparation is key to survival, and as the frost sets in, only those with ice in their veins and fire in their hearts will endure. DayZ Frostline is coming, heralding a chilling new chapter in the ultimate fight for survival. We hope to see you on the island, Adam, Lynn, and the DayZ team. Now, I want to get this, I should have said this straight at the beginning of the video, but I want to say this as well straight away. This is fantastic for DayZ, the fact that we've got this new map coming. I know PC players are probably going to say, well, we've got loads of maps, do we really need another one? Well, on console we definitely need it. But what is even more exciting for me is the fact that the DayZ team has also been expanded. Quite a lot of well-known modders have joined the DayZ team, which are going to be working on Sakhal and Frostline and obviously the main game. And to me, that really says something about DayZ 2. Now, in the links in the description below this video, I'll do a link to Freshpawn's video, because they've just reproduced this whole presentation that the Adam and I'm not sure about the other chap's name did, so you can watch it all. But you have to ask yourselves, why would they take on all these extra people? And I'm going to put this in inverted commas, just for a map, okay? I think this really points to the fact that they're ramping up the DayZ team because they know that when Arma 4 goes live, so as you know, Arma Reforger has gone past 1.0, the engine's looking really good, it's having all these fantastic things done to it. Arma 4 is on the horizon now. Arma 4 is probably going to be next year, I would have thought. And as soon as Arma 4 is live, Bohemian Interactive will then look to its biggest cash cow, DayZ, and then they'll be looking to the DayZ dev team, which can't be as small as it was. It needs to be big, like it is now. And so they'll be able to then switch over to thinking about, right, how do we port this lot over to Arma Reforger? I mean, I really think that's what's happening. We're having this team of new devs come in who are going to be working and kind of sharpening their chops on Sakhal and Frostline, so they're ready for the new engine, the new Enfusion engine for what will become DayZ 2. Whether it's called DayZ 2 or just DayZ flicks over to this new version, we'll see. But it's very, very exciting because, sure, they need these extra people for Sakhal, But you know, I think they're looking to the future. They're looking to DayZ 2 on the Infusion engine, on the Arma Reforger, and on the Arma 4 engine. So there we go. I just wanted to get that out of the way because I think it's incredibly important to bear that in mind, that this is a stepping stone, not only in terms of a map for us, the people who play DayZ, but it's a stepping stone in terms of the devs who are making DayZ and will be making DayZ 2. Okay, so let's scroll down a little bit. So we've got some the new port here. This is interesting, this photo. So this fella, he's got this ice pick, hasn't he? That's cool. Now he's holding himself, isn't he? So maybe there's something going on with him there. Is he injured or something like that? And then we come down here, and here we've got the hares. We've got the frozen water that you can see here. We've got the reindeer that are there. You can see the lovely snow. The snow isn't everywhere. The snow is kind of as you get higher. It gets a bit patchy. It's not thick snow either. It's not like you're up to your middling snow. You're kind of running across the top of it. And actually, the Fresh Spawns video is really cool because it goes through all this gameplay where Adam is playing and killing zombies and picking things up, and you get to see kind of the extra things that are happening in the game. So it's very cold, so the food you pick up will be frozen. Well, some of the food you pick up will be frozen, so you'll have to defrost it either by having it by fire or having it in your inventory next to your body. Some stuff obviously won't be frozen, like crisps. They've expanded on the colds, certain diseases as well, so I guess you'll be more likely to get things like colds and start coughing and sneezing if you don't keep warm. That looks very interesting indeed. What they talked about a little bit as well was the way that, you know, with Tanoa, it's all these islands, and for the moment anyway, the way that you'll go between the islands, they will probably have ice, so there'll be sea ice that you can walk over, or you'll be able to swim. There's no plans at the moment, well, that they've said, for boats, so that's quite interesting. So they're not introducing, you know, big stuff, but there will be snowstorms happening, visibility will be reduced, and I fully expect, I've talked about this in my videos before really about DayZ, that I think that the team is being expanded, and they've kind of got this green light and this carte blanche, if you like, to do what they can with DayZ on the old Infusion engine, while they're kind of waiting for the Arma devs to get Arma 4 out of the door. You know, I think that's the thing, and they've kind of basically said, well, you guys are kind of keep going with DayZ, you know, take it as far as you can until we get the Arma 4 out of the door, and then you guys can kind of finish off what you were doing, and then it's going to be about a DayZ on the new Infusion engine. But until that point, you know, let's expand the team, let's get the new people trained up, and you know, and let's get ready for kind of what's coming in terms of that way. I'll also link in the description below the video to Wobo's roundup of the information as well, because he had access to the guys and girls that went over. They had like this USB key that had all this extra information on that they could use, but unfortunately I didn't get access to that. So let's have a look. So let's jump around a bit. Now you may remember, and I must admit, you know, I did one of the videos that talked about the possibility of Tanoa being the new map, and we kind of poo-pooed it because of the idea that it was a tropical map, but basically they've stripped all the tropicality out of it. I remember there was the 53 that was there on the runway. Well, there's the kind of the runway that's there. What I will do is I'll probably do some more videos where I'll spawn in as a character, and in fact, what we're going to do here is we're just going to fly around the coast, I think. And see how long it takes to get across and get around the island. Now, ignore things like the trees, but things like, and obviously the specific buildings, because these are tropical buildings. These will all be replaced by more appropriate kind of DayZ sort of European buildings. As you can see, there's all these little islands, very reminiscent, you know, of the little islands that we have, you know, on Chernerus, don't we, that stick out across. But there will be sort of frozen water that will enable you to be able to go out to these particular areas. This will be a dock area, again, not with the Arma 3 assets that you see here, but there'll be, you know, the DayZ cranes and the DayZ boats and the DayZ buildings. What you will get as well, which is why I did this video, is there'll be these hot spring areas. Being a volcanic area, they did say that the volcano is extinct, but there will be hot springs where you can go. I guess you'll warm up here, and maybe this water will be very dangerous, so if you go into the water you'll probably get burned. I don't know if there'll be like sulfur gases, might even be a toxic zone around it, because of you do get nasty gases coming out of hot springs, don't you? So let's go over here. Obviously the names will be different as well. They won't have these kind of French names. It'll be sort of Russian names, won't it? Because Kamchatka belongs to the Russians. But there's lots and lots of verticality here. Lots and lots of verticality. Here's another dock area. One of these is going to be turned into a naval base, and that was probably going to be one of the main military installations on the island, because you've got to have military bases, haven't you? I guess the airfield is probably going to be another one. So we swing around here, and where are we now? And then Komodo. So we're near Komodo. Let's have a look. Where's that? All right, we're there. So we're down the south. We've gone down to the south again. So let's now nip out across to this big island here. Now there's a bridge here. I'd imagine they'll probably keep one of the bridges, because a bridge is a great choke point, isn't it? You know, for bridge campers. And this is a fair-sized island. This. Another little town there. This would be. That's like that structure is reminiscent of when you have a fort. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's an old-fashioned fort. Yeah, so that would have been defending this harbour area. So that's kind of the southern bit of the map. So if we turn this way and we head... Ooh, I don't know what we got into the clouds, haven't we? What have we done? Have I gone into the map? This isn't very good, is it? Right, okay, do you want to close, cancel? What have I done? Where are we? What's my Z? My Z isn't very high. My Y is very high though. That's probably why. We're probably up in the sky, aren't we? We're 4,000 meters up in the sky. That's why we can't see anything. Let's come down. Right, okay. Do you want to... Yes, let's close the editor. Let's go back into it. Single player editor, Tanoa. Right, let's load that up. Apologies about that. Right, there we go. That's better. So let's now go back. Let's go over to this island here. Let's have a look again. You know, it's quite... They're large, aren't they? You can imagine making your way to these islands, and we're going to have to see what the flow will be of this game. You know, where you actually spawn. You know, do you spawn all the way around the island, or are we going to spawn like here on the northeast, and then the idea is to make your way southwest? You know, with the airfield there. Maybe this will be. There's another airstrip there, isn't it? Maybe this will be the military islands that you've got to kind of make your way through to. A few people online have been going, oh, it's pretty small, but it looks pretty big to me. The devs in the presentation, and here we are. Yeah, we're back at the volcano, aren't we? The devs said, look, they haven't set their sights on what the pop will be, what the official pop will be of the server, but probably something less than, you know, it won't be like 60 players. It'll probably be something like 40 players or something like that. So let's plunk a guy down and let's have a quick look around. Now remember, this is Tanoa with a winter map applied, and these are Arma 3 assets that you see here, and obviously this is an Arma 3 character. but it should give you a little bit of a flavour of maybe, you know, what this map will be like, you know, when we get it. I think it's going to be very, very cool indeed. Very, very cool indeed. So, as for when it's coming, as I said at the beginning of this video, so autumn 2024, early 2025. And I, for one, I'm really looking forward to it. They say it's going to be under $30 US. So, I don't know, I guess that means probably $29.99. So, it's probably going to be £25. Now, if you think, oh, wait, that's quite expensive for a map, you could say, yeah, okay, just for a map, you know, it is a little bit on the expensive side. I think Tanoa, Livonia was like £11, wasn't it, when it came out? See, binoculars. They always remind me of Star Wars binoculars, these. But one of the things I would say is we've been playing DayZ for a long time now, haven't it? We've definitely had our money's worth out of DayZ, and you know, there's never been a season pass. There's never been cosmetics to buy or anything like that. And this is our opportunity to give money to the DayZ devs and Bohemia Interactive. I know that sounds like a bit of a weird way of thinking about it, but if this DLC is a success, you know, then Bohemia Interactive, the kind of publisher behind DayZ, will then see its success and know that it's worth investing in things like that and make more of them, in the same way that on Arma 3 you have the C DLCs, which is the DLCs made by modders, the way that they've embraced them and made them official add-ons to the main game, which you pay for. And ultimately that's what we want, isn't it? We want our DayZ getting bigger and better as often as we can. Right, so there we go. A look at the new Frostline expansion for DayZ, the new map, I keep forgetting what it's called, the Sakhal Archipelago, which is based on, well, it's a winter version of Tanoa, but you know, it's more than that. You know, that Tanoa was just like the foundation, you know, the ground that they've built it on. But this does give you an idea of the scale of the map, I think, as well, and hopefully whet your appetite. So there we go. If I found out other information, I will of course share it with you. And as I say, I do kind of fancy doing some videos where I will kind of go across this map on foot as an Arma 3 character, just to kind of get a flavour for it, you know, and the sort of size and the scale of it at a more human level in terms of the game. There we go. What do you think though? What are your ideas? Put your questions and comments down below, and of course I'll see you again soon.